A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Saint Matthew. Jesus told his disciples this parable. A man going on a journey called in his servants and entrusted his possessions to them. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to a third 1, to each according to his ability. Then he went away. Immediately, the one who received 5 talents went and traded with them, and made another 5. Likewise, the one who received 2 made another 2. But the man who received 1 went off and dug a hole in the ground and buried his master's money. After a long time, the master of those servants came back and settled accounts with them. The one who had received 5 talents came forward, bringing the additional 5. He said, "Master, you gave me 5 talents. See, I have made 5 more." His master said to him, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. Since you were faithful in small matters, I will give you great responsibilities. Come, share your master's joy." Then the one who had received 2 talents also came forward and said, "Master, you gave me 2 talents. See, I have made 2 more." His master said to him, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. Since you were faithful in small matters, I will give you great responsibilities. Come, share your master's joy." Then the one who had received the 1 talent came forward and said, "Master, I knew you were a demanding person, harvesting where you did not plant and gathering where you did not scatter. So out of fear, I went off and buried your talent in the ground. Here it is back." His master said to him in reply, "You wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvest where I did not plant and gather where I did not scatter? Should you not then have put my money in the bank so that I could have got it back with interest on my return? Now then, take the talent from him and give it to the one with 10. For to everyone who has, more will be given, and he will grow rich. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. And throw this useless servant into the darkness outside, where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth."
God entrusted gifts to each one of us with purpose that we can actualize. On this 33rd Sunday in Ordinary Time, we contemplate on the trust of the giver of gifts and the trustworthiness of those who receive them. St. Paul in the second reading remains firm in exhorting the Thessalonians about the impending day of the Lord, which comes like a thief at night. He reminds them of their identity as children of light and not of darkness. As they wait for the Lord's coming, he urged them to be prudent and not complacent like the rest. They must live in sobriety, mindful of acquainting the gifts they receive. This is also addressed to each one of us who likewise been endowed with different gifts. Now, gifts include every material blessing the Lord bestows on us, every talent, virtue, and spiritual strength He enables us to use in order to face the realities of life. The first reading describes a worthy woman whose value is far beyond pearls. She is good, skillful, and productive, She reaches out to the poor and the needy. She fears the Lord. She is blessed by her works and is praiseworthy. Indeed, she is an example of one who fulfills the purpose of the gifts she received. Yes, the gifts we have are but entrusted to us by the generous giver, God. He who knows well our capacity trusts that we can actualize the purpose of the gifts that He gave us. Our trustworthiness as recipients depends on our disposition in dealing with these gifts. Ducat, on the social teachings of the Catholic Church, gives us a concrete example on this. God entrusted the earth to us to till it and keep it. If we act justly and lovingly, we will use the good gifts of the earth and our own talents for the good of our fellow human persons. Now, human work is our appropriate, grateful response to this gift. By doing so, we participate in God's work of creation. In the Gospel, Jesus praises servants who invest their talents, while He condemns the lazy one who buries his talent in the ground. Let us always be mindful that God is the origin and giver of good gifts. He entrusted to us His gifts because He found us worthy and capable to flourish with such blessings. Believe that we can be good stewards of gifts if we use them according to their purpose. That is, to advance goodness, truth, and love in the world. Today we are challenged to check our disposition towards the gifts we receive. Do we claim entitlement and assume that we are free to do whatever we want with these gifts? It is good to ponder on this. Trusting God's gratuitous love, we pray. Dear God, thank you so much for every gift you entrust to us. Thank you too for giving us the capacity to actualize the purpose of these gifts. May we strive to be faithful and fruitful stewards of your gifts. Amen.